Hey, hello, it's time for another Game Pickup video. And yeah, today it is definitely going to be all about the PlayStation 2 and also kind of like finishing some like mini sub collections, or at least like finishing up and picking up, or yeah, finishing up some series. Um, a while ago in a vlog, I mentioned like I don't know where I am at with my collecting journey, and that might actually be due to the fact that yeah, I'm kind of like finishing up some of the games on my list, and just really in a place where I am, yeah, thinking more about it again, re-evaluating like what do I actually want to pick up, because I really picked up these games for a specific reason. The first one though, eh, I have always been intrigued by this game. This is not part of like a sub collection, just because of the genre, and I always saw it. It's kind of like, yeah, it's definitely more like a budget title, but yeah, I could not leave it here in my local CEX a while ago because of the condition it was in. There's another title here though. Yeah, it's an odd one. It consists of like several very common titles, but I've never seen this package, and it's kind of cool that I really want to keep it. But yeah, let's just get started because there's a lot to talk about. The first one is the Red Star. Now, I've always been intrigued by this one because I like my run and gun games, like the Contra type of games, and I want to say this is one of those. And it does mix it up. It has some similar like mechanic to like Ikaruga, where you have like bullets with different colors. I want to say just two, and I don't know, you have to use like a shield to avoid them or not get hit. I want to say it actually says that on the box as well. Can I see the quote? A cross between Streets of Rage and Ikaruga, ingenious and fresh. That's a quote by Tom Bramwell from Eurogamer.net. Well, at least, well, I was not expecting like a Streets of Rage. Maybe it's very similar to, maybe it's a mix between like Contra and Streets of Rage, like a beat 'em up, and an Ikaruga, but that's just because of like the bullets and the coloring. Anyway, this one, when I saw it at my local CEX, I want to say it was around like €8. Always have been intrigued by it and wanted to have it in my collection. And yeah, it is like brand new, so I knew when I saw it, like, okay, there's no reason not to pick it up. Camera, work with me, just focus. There you go. It's no focus anymore. Anyway, it has a manual and a disc. That's on the inside, but it is in a very good condition. The next one was really not expensive at all, and I do want to say this might be a very expensive PlayStation 2 title, or at least it's quite uncommon, because when I searched for it on eBay or like on Vinted, I did not see it. So maybe you do have some info about it. It is the Lord of the Rings collection. This is another one. Normally, I am not really about like the collection, like, okay, here are all the Rayman games in the collection, or the Crash Bandicoots. But yeah, Lord of the Rings, I like these games. Still need to play them, completely. But I like these type of games, like the hack and slash, but just simple-minded, not like a Diablo-esque, but just like, hey, hack and slash, like kill all the enemies. It's very similar. I would compare it to a Streets of Rage, but then fantasy. But yeah, this collection, also in a very good condition. So it has two towers, Return of the King, and the Third Age. The Third Age, though, that is more like a turn-based RPG. I want to say strategy game, but it's an RPG. It's a tick box. So yeah, all the discs are stacked like this. And it does also come with like all the manuals, which is yeah, kind of cool and expected though. But again, I have never seen this one. It's also like a very odd case, like there's no memory card, or it's like all the discs are stacked like this. I've never seen it, but I like this one. It's Lord of the Rings. if you have some more info about this and you just say like, yeah, it's actually very common, do let me know though. But I want to say I picked this one up for around like 10-ish, and that seemed like a very good deal. I know you would also spend like maybe 10 or 15 if you want to pick all three of them just loose. I do have all of them like loose for the GameCube. On a GameCube, of course, it's more expensive. But yeah, in this this version though, it's kind of nice to have them like all in one case. Uses less space. So it's very nice. Yeah. Again, if you do have some more info, do let me know. Very curious about it. Now we're getting into the good shit. Trust me. So, couple comments. These are maybe comments, but just like expensive. Although this one is maybe more uncommon though. I was able to pick up Obscure 2 for the PlayStation 2. Now I know with the Obscure titles that the first one is better, but it's a horror title, and I have Obscure 1. And of course you need to have like 2, because then you have like all the Obscure games. I do have the Wii version of Obscure 2, but that doesn't count because I wanted to have them all on the PlayStation 2. My PlayStation 2 is my horror console. I do purchase like horror games for other consoles as well, but PlayStation 2 is crazy for horror titles. Let's not kid ourselves. Like PlayStation 2 is like a perfect console for horror titles, and you will see that in this video as well with the other games that I've picked up. But yeah, I was missing out on this one. Listen, I'm not gonna go for all the crazy and obscure like horror titles for the PlayStation 2. There are some like budget titles that might not even be fun to play, but those are also like super expensive. Like the Michigan Report. It seems fair, like a very fascinating title, but that one is like, I want to say very expensive. 200 plus or so, maybe? Maybe it's expensive. I'm just looking for more like the upper tier, like horror games, if you know what I mean. This one is not the upper tier, but you know, it starts here maybe, and then there's a couple titles like up there. Anyway, was very happy that I was able to pick up like Obscure 2. And I already own this game, but listen, I already own Project Zero. It's this copy, so I did not pick this one up, but I purchased this one a while ago, like a long time ago. I might have shown this like at a pickup video, but it was without a manual, and I was able to pick up this manual for free. So very happy with that. And also the manual is in a good state, so now I have a complete copy of Project Zero. Project Zero, Fatal Frame. You know, you take pictures. It's kind of scary. I like it. It's cool. But yeah, this one is just solely about the manual, but I was very happy that I was able to pick it up for the manual. Also, Project Zero, not the most expensive like horror title for the PlayStation 2. Maybe if you're lucky, like around like 30 or 40 or so, not more than that. But the following, you know, speaking of Project Zero, there's also number 2. And was able to pick up like Project Zero 2 as well for the collection. Also CEX. I picked up a lot of games from CEX, man. I don't know when that video comes up. Maybe it was already released, but the Pokemon video, maybe that is actually next week. I picked up some Pokemon games from CEX. If you have not checked that video, wait a week or check the channel videos. But yeah, Project Zero 2, also in a very good condition. You can even see like the CD sleeve in here from CEX. Sometimes, they ship it like in the sleeve, and I will just use the sleeve to store like the manual like in a better way. But yeah, good condition, Project Zero 2. And that one, I want to say this is a title that definitely goes up in price, but at CEX, it went for maybe 40 or 50 or so. The price is a bit odd because, on Vinted, I started to see it like appear for around like 90 and up, or even more than that. People are crazy with horror games, and I'm one of them, but if I can, I will pick them up for cheaper. You know, 40 or 50 is still like a lot of money, but it's better than 100. I did my calculations. I think 50 is better than 100. But yeah, Project Zero 2. Yeah, cool. Yeah, cool. I want to say though, I already owned a version of Project Zero 2 because I do have the Wii version, because I purchased that one because it's part of like that Nintendo sub collection. It is published by Nintendo, I want to say. But I think my preference would be the PlayStation 2 version there. Like, I don't know which one is better. If you do know, let me know. The Wii version or the PlayStation 2 one. Maybe this is better. Like, I just don't want to deal with a Wiimote right now. Yeah, I just don't want to deal with it. But you might guess what the final game actually is that I want to show with this pickup video. Because we have seen Project Zero 2. And we have seen 1. Of course you have to get like 3 as well. Because that's the final Project Zero game on the PlayStation 2. Now, yeah, this one is already in a case. Prefer that to do that like in a protective case, more for like the expensive titles. And I just had a case like laying around. But yeah, this one is also in a very good condition. Also similar to like Project Zero 2, this one is getting up there in price. And I definitely did not pay that price though. Don't remember what I paid for it. Was this also a CX pickup? Listen, I can't quite remember. I had a stack of like PlayStation titles like, hey, I want to show those, and now it's actually time to record this video about the horror titles for the PlayStation 2. Was waiting for an ideal time, and now is the time. So yeah, Project Zero 2, so very happy with that. So yeah, for the PlayStation 2, quite a few like horror titles, and like I said, I'm kind of like finishing up my list and finishing up like some subsets, like series, some like Obscure and Project Zero 1, 2, and 3. And then also the PlayStation 2 horror list. There are just a couple of like titles that are on there that are, you know, maybe right now more like nice to haves. I will record like a PlayStation 2 like horror game video, like the horror titles that I do own. Most of, if you have watched my videos, you might know already the ones that I own now. But yeah, still like really thinking a lot about like Rule of Rose. It has gone down in price, but still like it's a lot of money, around like $225. Spoke about it like a while ago because I saw it like at the Tilburg Game Convention. And, yeah, I don't know if it's really like a must-have, because I'm not really going for like all the horror games, and the horror games that I do own are games that I'm likely to play and do want to play. Rule of Rose, like I want to play, but also I know that the game is maybe not the best playing game, you know, from a gameplay point of view. Like it might be a bit outdated, but also not sure if that is truly the case. But it's that balancing issue, like, it might be fascinating, but it's a lot of money. Like Quan, I really want to play Quan because it's a From Software title, and that was to me like worth the money. But the more that I think about it, like Rule of Rose, like I'm not too sure about it. And do I really need it? Because, you know, I'm quite satisfied with my PlayStation 2 horror collection at the moment. There is another title that I'm kind of like eyeing and just fascinated by it, because it's a Capcom title, but I'm kind of like missing out like on that title, like here and there. It's the Gregory Horror Show. I just like the aesthetics, like the like how it looks. I think it's cool. Do want to play that. Do want to have it for because it's like a Capcom title. It's also a bit cheaper than Rule of Rose, maybe around, if lucky, 90, 110, that ballpark. If I see it like in the next game, it is like high on the list if I see it like during like a game convention. I'd rather pick that one up than Rule of Rose. You know? If you have played like Rule of Rose and yeah, kind of want to know. I can deal with jank. I can deal with outdated games. But is it actually fun to play? From what I could gather, like the story is good or fascinating at least. Is it like a creepy game? I need to know before I dedicate myself to it. Like the Gregory Horror Show, I saw some gameplay. It just seems like fun, quirky, like a unique title, and it crosses a couple things off that list. So if you have an opinion about it, do let me know though. But yeah, these are the games that I've picked up. And oh yeah, if you know something about the Lord of the Rings collection though, it's an odd one. I need to know. I need to know. It's also, when I look at it though, that's the final thing that I will say. I also have never seen this one or seen this, that on the spine it has like all the codes for like the games, like the SLES. I think that's just a common practice when there's like multiple like games in there, and 52017. Yeah, so that kind of matches up with the codes on here, the codes on the disc. That might be like a common thing with collections, but I've never seen that one. So I learned something new in this video. Normally there's just one code, so that's why I'm mentioning it. Anyway, quite a few games, very happy with it. And that is gonna do it for this game pickup video. That's the thumbnail. Yeah. Oh no, that spoils like what I've picked up. You can't show like the games. So I will do this. And that's the thumbnail. There you go. A little bit behind the scenes. Thanks all for watching, and yeah, do let me know if you have like a very strong opinion about Rule of Rose, and if you say like, hey, it's worth playing, do let me know. I really want to know. I really want to know. But having said that, though, right now, thanks for watching this video, and as always, thanks for the likes and the subscribes in the last couple of weeks. Highly appreciate it, and yeah, see y'all later. Yeah, maybe next week like a Pokemon video, or that was the week before. Like, I don't know. I'm recording like a couple of videos on one day. Because again, it's Sunday. See you all later. Bye.